Okay, it's no surprise that fake it till you make it has been advice that has been around for centuries. A lot of people don't use this advice the right way. In this video, I'm going to explain all the wrong ways people use advice fake it till you make it and offer solutions on the right way to use fake it till you make it with comparison to our favorite fakers in anime. So here's the number one problem with fake it till you make it. A lot of people use this advice verbally, meaning that they think if they talk like the person they want to become, they will get it. Well, that's wrong. And here's why. 55% of communication comes from our non-verbal communication, like our body language, while only 7% comes directly from our words themselves. So say you want to become rich in life, so you start to buy expensive clothing like Gucci, and most of your conversations with other people go something like this. So, what do you do for a living? Well, as a rich person, I like to invest in things. Really? What kind of things? As a rich person, I like to invest in things like stocks and stuff. Excuse me for one moment while I go to the bathroom. And she never came back from the bathroom ever again. You see, saying things like, as a rich person, is not going to make you rich, and it's also going to make you look like an insecure liar who's trying to make up for something, and everyone will see through your BS eventually. So let me teach you the right way to fake it till you make it from the best sensei out there who practiced this his whole life. Reigen from Mob Psycho 100 is what most people call a con man or a scammer, which is true to an extent. But I am most fascinated by his ability to radiate a confident/charismatic vibe through his ability to fake it. In Season 2, Episode 6, we see a moment where Reigen is down in the dumps after losing Mob as his employee for a short period of time. This caused Reigen to be disoriented in life and unsure what he should do next, till after he goes to a bar and gets drunk, drinking a non-alcoholic drink. After he throws up, he is aware that he's going in a very bad direction in life and needs to change, in which he says, in this episode, we see Reigen wanting to become somebody, which is the first step of using the advice of fake it till you make it. You first have to choose the kind of person you want to become before you become that person. I'm guessing the type of person that Reigen wanted to become is a person worthy of respect and admiration, and the best way he displays this is through his body language. In almost every moment where Reigen is dealing with a client, he always exerts the "I'm the man for the job" type of energy. This makes his clients believe Reigen has the ability to deal with their problems. Earlier, I said 55% of communication comes from our non-verbal behaviors. The remainder of that percentage goes to our vocal tone, which accounts for 38%, and our words themselves, which account for 7%. I'm going to focus on talking about the importance of non-verbal and vocal tones, since they contribute more in leveraging the power of fake it till you make it. Let's first talk about non-verbal communication, aka our body language. As you may know, our body language is the first thing people see when they judge us. So if you slouch over all the time and keep your head down, people will think you're weak and can be easily taken advantage of. But if you keep your back straight and head held up high, then people will think that you're confident and probably intimidating. Reigen always exhibits all the body languages of a confidence person. And you're probably wondering, what type of body language does a confidence person exhibit? A typical confidence person shares these traits. They are relaxed, they make eye contact, they smile, they have good posture, and they take up as much space as possible without looking like a gorilla. The main thing that makes Reigen look confident is because he acts like a winner, and when you pretend to act like a winner, you're gonna get the dinner. The beautiful thing about Reigen is that he was able to fully utilize the other secret behind fake it till you make it, and that secret is reinforcing your fakeness. When you fake it and see results because of your fakeness, then that is actually reinforcing the person you want to become. So if I want to become confident and I start to embody what a confident person does, and someone comments, "Wow, you're so confident, how do I become like you?" then that helps reinforce me because it shows me that other people are recognizing my confidence. A good example of this is Reigen getting more and more clients. As Reigen receives more and more clients and sees how satisfied they look by the service he provides, he starts to believe that this person he wanted to fake is actually working and is starting to become integrated within him. And I find it so amazing that what you do with your body really changes your emotional state. Now let's talk about vocal tone and how it plays a role in faking it till you make it. So have you ever encountered a person who looks super confident from the outside and you're just amazed on how they're able to give off this godly vibe, but then they talk to you and you hear their voice and you're just completely perplexed because you did not expect them to sound like that?
ミリーに盾つく者たちは俺が相手だ。怖い。だって
The main reason why I want to talk about vocal tone or the sound of our voice is because the way we speak or the sound of our voice can really make a difference in the type of message we are trying to send to the other person. So if I started my video intro something like this. Okay, it's no surprise that fake it till you make it has been a device that has been around for centuries, but a lot of people don't use the device the right way. In this video, I'm going to explain all the wrong ways people use fake it till you make it and offer solutions the right way to use fake it till you make it with comparison to our favorite fakers in anime. Then you guys would find it super annoying and immediately click off this video, because generally when people speak fast, we are less likely to listen to them over a long period of time. Now let's analyze two characters who I think excel in having good vocal tones. And yes, I know these characters' vocal tones are only great because of the voice actors behind them, but I'm only looking at the characters themselves right now. The first one is Ainz from Overlord, and the second one is King from One Punch Man. Let's first take a look at Ainz. When Ainz speaks, he makes sure he has an authoritative tone in his voice when he's talking to his subordinates. And we as human beings are really good at hearing someone's voice and generating an appropriate response based on how the other person sounded. So if I said, "I need you to take out the trash," versus "I need you to take out the trash?" The second one sounds like a question, which makes you sound like that you're unsure if you should let the other person take out the trash. And this tone of making your responses sound like a question is what we call uptalk. Uptalk means ending your sentences with a rising tone in your voice as if they were questions. Let's look at a clip of Ainz and how he doesn't use uptalk when speaking. So in Overlord Season 4, Episode 10, Ainz sent an army to invade the kingdom of Riestes, and one of his armies was attacked by a guy in red armor, which completely shocked Ainz. But Ainz gave a cool and calm response, and as usual, his subordinates started to shower Ainz with praise, saying, "Sasuga Ainz-sama, this was all according to your plan." And they all look at Ainz, and here's how Ainz responded. You see how he said that? Like there was no sound of hesitation in his voice, which caused his subordinates to believe that this was his plan all along. If Ainz used uptalk, it would have sounded something like this. "Soyu koto da?" And his subordinates would have looked at him like this. Bruh. Ainz-sama. Moving on, let's take a look at King from One Punch Man and his voice tone. We all know King became an S-class hero by just being at the right place at the right time and using his special ability to summon Saitama. But there's a reason why he is feared by villains and admired by civilians, and that reason comes from his body language and the way he speaks. So just like I said earlier, a confident person's body language is a person who has good posture, makes eye contact, keeps their head held high, and takes up as much space as possible, which I believe are all things King demonstrated. In addition to body language, King also has a strong impression on people through the way he speaks. Some of the obvious things we see in the anime regarding his voice is that he talks in a deep tone and doesn't sound like a wimp, at least not in front of people. The other thing with regards to the way he speaks is that he's very good at saying less than necessary. And there's a certain power at play here when you say less than necessary. Every time when King shows up on screen, he doesn't say anything until someone directly asks him something. And after he gives a short response back, he doesn't say anything else. This leaves his opponent feeling intimidated because they don't know what King will say or do next. And this is true in our daily lives. We don't like silence. Silence makes people feel uncomfortable. And when people feel uncomfortable, they generally start to say the next thing that comes out of their mouth, which causes them to look and feel weaker because they desperately want to know what the other person is thinking. And when you don't satisfy their need to know, you appear more powerful. And the same thing can be applied to Ainz. He usually doesn't say anything, mainly because he's too busy freaking out in his head. And by not saying anything, his subordinates start to speak first and come up with reasons to how Ainz came up with this glorious plan in which he responds to them and ends up taking the credit. You see, body language and vocal tone are crucial when you are faking it till you make it. And if you think about it, when we see all these anime characters fake it till they make it, they are actually moving up in life. If Reigen didn't fake it, then he would still be a bum. If Usopp didn't fake it, he wouldn't have came up with his alter ego Sogeking. If Ainz didn't fake his superior and menacing aura, I don't think he would have gained the respect that he has now. If King didn't fake it, he wouldn't be able to play the first press limited edition of Heartthrob Sister 2 in peace. As they say, don't fake it until you make it, fake it until you become it. If you made it this far, I first want to thank you for watching till the end, and I would highly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. I also have other videos on my channel if you want to take a look at it, like the science behind talent with comparison to the anime and manga Blue Period. I also have another video about if we can achieve total concentration breathing as shown in Demon Slayer. But I hope you guys found some valuable insight from this video for applying fake it till you make it into your own lives to help you move up in the world. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.